It's a sunny afternoon in Vancouver, and people have gathered to see a unique car that a Toronto man is showing off. He's about to break the world record for distance traveled by a solar vehicle.
Right now, only 300 kilometers from breaking the record, so it's kind of exciting.
Marcello Da Luz calls his car the Power of One. He's on a one-man mission driving across the continent to educate people about sustainable energy and show that ordinary people can use alternative power to make a difference. His journey west started in Buffalo. He drove across the prairies, through the foothills of Alberta, the mountains of northern British Columbia, and into the vast Yukon. After reaching the Arctic Circle, Marcello toured Alaska before heading back south through BC. From Vancouver, he traveled to Victoria, where he broke the world record. Running out of resources and with no major sponsors, he headed south to Seattle. That's when the sunshine and the money ran out. It's been a long 7 months on the road. Not only are the car's solar cells low on charge, Marcello's batteries have run down as well.
I live one day at a time. Sometimes I don't even look at the weather forecast. There has been many occasions where I felt like giving up. Even more recently, when I got to Seattle and Wenatchee, I thought that's going to be it, because financially I just can't continue anymore.
With weather like this, every trip must be carefully planned to avoid running out of power.
So the two things that we want to avoid are going on I-5, especially at that interchange by 520.
Linda Sherry has opened her home to Marcello while he's in Seattle. Although she only met him last week, she has fully embraced his mission, and she's trying to help him continue on his journey.
Lights going up.
So turn right at the light.
Fantastic.
He's so full of enthusiasm, but he was recognizing that the funding had really run out, and he's personally up to his eyebrows in debt. And without any more sponsorship, he really wasn't going to be able to go much further. And he had a couple of presentations to do over in Wenatchee, and he kind of thought that probably he'd go over to Wenatchee and then just end the journey. And then on the other hand, when he would talk to the children for presentations, he was saying that he hopes that he can drive all the way to Argentina. So I was getting two sides. I was getting, gee, I'm going to have to end in Wenatchee, and my dream is to go to Argentina. So I started talking to him about it, saying, so, what is it you really want to do? Is it about funding? If you need money, then we can do whatever we need to do to get money to keep it going. Or if you're really just at a point where you're ready to stop, then, let's find a way to dedicate that and make the ending of the road somehow satisfying. And so we've been trying to find out money, and at this point he's looking to continue south. Okay, we're going to come to a light down there, and we're just going to go straight through.
Roger.
So I think he'll keep going as long as there's money. But it's all about money at this point.
The solar car team hits the road in a drive to find more sponsors. Marcello has funded his journey so far on donations and out of his pocket.
Financially, I have been very irresponsible with my personal finances doing what I'm doing. I didn't even have the finances in place to start the tour. So I kind of threw myself out there, pushed as much as I could. And that's one of the things that's holding me back as well, is not having the finances in place in order to continue with the tour.
Tonight, Marcello is meeting with members of the Seattle Electric Vehicle Association. It's a rare chance for him to talk to like-minded sustainable energy fanatics. They truly appreciate the technology that fuels the solar car. The group becomes so invested in Marcello's adventure, they give him a much-needed boost.
Rumor has it that you are not solvent right now. Is that true?
I'll play the fifth on that one.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'd
yes.
like to make a proposition right now before we go outside that
Thank you.
That the Seattle Electric Vehicle Association, which is part of the Electric Auto Association of the United States, give this gentleman a generous check, a donation out of our treasury so he can get home. All in favor, say aye. Aye. There you go.
After the meeting, the group follows Marcello as he drives the solar car to a local drive-in restaurant where they can take a closer look under the hood. It doesn't take long before there's a crowd of curious onlookers surrounding the car and snapping photos. One of the members of the Electric Vehicle Association has heard Marcello's support vehicle is in need of repair. He offers to take a look at it.
In 500 meters, exit right.
James Morrison is co-owner of the Green Car Company. They don't usually service gas guzzlers like Marcello's van. Today, they're making an exception. The mechanics say the van needs $1,200 in repairs. James says it's on the house.
It's sort of, I've been a bit quite inspired by what Marcello's doing and the mission he's on to sort of raise awareness and educate people. We're going to have our mechanics take a look at the van and see if we can figure out what's, it's the solar car's obviously got no problems right now. It's the gasoline engine van that's traveling along behind him that's the problem right now. So we're going to see if there's anything we can do to help whip it back into shape to move him along.
It's really nice to find that kind of support along the way, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to continue with the tour. I wouldn't be able to be where I am today. So I'm very thankful, very grateful for meeting people like Linda and all the wonderful people that have helped me, not only to build the car, but get the project on the road as well.
With his support vehicle back in action and some funding to continue the tour, Marcello needs one more element: sunlight, and it's a rare commodity in Seattle in December. He adjusts the angles of the solar panels to capture the faint afternoon sun. With sunlight for fuel, the tricky part is to find the perfect spot to soak up the afternoon rays. Waiting for his car to charge gives Marcello time to think about his future.
And at times now on the tour, I feel that I'm trying to extend the tour as far as I can, so it will not end. But I'm being very careful with that. I'm actually looking forward to ending the tour. I just can't tell you when or where it's going to happen.
As the sun sets in the horizon, Marcello anticipates its return so he can continue his journey.
When I started the project, the most difficult thing I have ever done with the project wasn't actual building the car. It was believing in myself, believing that I could do it. So if there is one message that I can leave with anyone, leave with you on this documentary, is that the only thing between you and your dreams is yourself. You can do anything, you set your mind to it. And believe yourself, you can do it.
You know, when Marcello came into the Seattle area at the end of November and was going to try to charge up in December, I thought Seattle in December is not a great place to try to charge up. So from the very beginning, the first time he actually came to the house and was talking about waiting for the sun to shine, we all kind of laughed and joked and said, well, what are you doing for Christmas? Because catching a sunny day in December in Seattle is an iffy proposition. I think there's a reason they're not telling me about that. I think my dog is involved.
Linda, I will swear on the Bible I haven't done anything bad to your dog.
You know, Brady, I actually trust you.